So let me ask you this. You've done a lot of different things, right? You've led teams of multiple hundreds of people. You've been a teacher of middle school, which is probably the
Mhm.
hardest job I would imagine
Mhm.
ever. Were you always comfortable with hard conversations? Like, did you grow up like really leaning into these hard conversations of all sorts?
Teaching was my first job out of college, and it set me up for so much of what has become a foundation of my leadership and the values that
Mm,
I carry. But I'll say this, um, hindsight, as an adult, you have completely different insights here. But, I went to, and shout out Iowa City, Iowa, and Longfellow Elementary, where I grew up. But I was in a program called the PALS program, and it was for fourth through sixth graders. And we were trained to do conflict resolution. And,
mm.
I'll be honest, I think I signed up because there was a pizza party at the end of the year and a field trip for those students that became pals. We were trained to basically be on the playground and help our peers solve disagreements. And our little protocol, I think it was like five or six questions, but it was like, what's your side of the story? What did you experience? How did you feel? How did the other person's actions make you feel? And then ultimately, like, what's the resolution? How are we going to move forward from this? And, you know, fifth graders aren't inspired necessarily to go talk to their friends or peers about their problems, but when told, like, work it out with the pals or miss the next recess, like, people were choosing to talk to pals. And so as I look
Mm.
back fondly on elementary, which you can do when you're my age now, like, um, I really think that was one of those foundational moments where I was trained at a young developmental age of like, there are lots of different perspectives to a situation, and people can all be right, and people can all have things that maybe weren't right. And part of what's a big part of the resolution is being open to hearing what the other's point of view was.